Good morning, everyone. Today we are going to start a new chapter from your book Honeycomb. The chapter name is The Ashes That Made the Trees Bloom. Okay. This story is about a old couple, very hardworking, and their pet dog, and some of their troublesome neighbors. And then the dog, the pet dog, it dies due to some reason, and the spirit of the dog, it helps and supports his master in many unexpected ways. Okay, this is what we are going to read in this chapter. Here in this chapter, the name, the ashes means rock, that made trees bloom. Trees bloom means पेड़ों पे फूल खिल गए, means the trees were full of beautiful flowers. Okay, what made them bloom like that? The ashes. So this you will come to know when we read the chapter. Okay, so let's begin with the chapter. In the good old days of the daimyos, there lived an old couple whose only pet was a little dog. See, daimyos are landlords. In olden days, the landlords were called daimyos. So there lived an old couple whose only pet was a little dog. They had a little dog as a pet. Okay, having no children, the old couple had no children. They loved it as thought it was a baby, and they loved the dog as it was their own baby, because they had no children. So they had a pet dog and they loved the pet dog as their own baby. Okay, the old dame made it a cushion of blue crab, and at mealtime Muko, the name of the dog was Muko, for that was its name, would sit on it and snug as a cat. Snug means they made a cushion for the dog. It's like a pillow but big one. Okay, with a blue crab, and Muko used to comfortably sit on that cushion while mealtime. Snug means comfortably sit on that like a cat. The kind people fed the pet with tidbits of fish. Tidbits means small pieces, okay, of fish from their own chopsticks. It's a story of Japan, no? So they eat with chopsticks. So they used to feed the dog also with the same chopstick. And all the boiled rice it wanted. And whatever they ate, they gave the dog also the same thing to eat. Thus, treated the dumb creature, loved its protectors like a being with a soul, and they always loved it, human, just like their own child, like a human child. They loved it like that. Okay, because they had no children, no, so they treated dog as their own child. Okay, the old man, being a rice farmer, the old man was a rice farmer. Okay, went daily with hoe or spade into the field. Hoe and spade is tools for farming. Okay, into the fields, working hard from morning until O summer, as the sun is called. Okay, had gone down behind the hills. He used to work from morning to the evening till the sunset. Okay, every day the dog followed him to work. Now the dog always followed the old man to his work, to the field where he was, the rice field. Okay, never once, not even once, did the dog leave the farmer alone. He every day used to go with him, harming the white herons that walked in the footstep of the old man to pick up the worms, the large fish eating birds. Okay, herons are the large worm eating birds. Okay, so not even once the dog did not harm any of the birds. Okay, for the old fellow was patient and kind to everything that had life, and often turned up a sword on purpose to give food to the birds. So what he did, the old man always gave food to the birds to eat, and it was very kind and patient. Okay, that old man was very kind and very patient also. He was a good man. One day the dog came running to him, putting his paws against his legs and moting with his head to some spot behind. See, the dog, no, one day it came running to the man, and it was as if it wanted the man to come along with him because he wanted to show him something. Okay, the dog came behind the old man. The old man at first thought his pet was only playing. So the old man thought, okay, he's just playing. He did not pay so much of attention to the dog and did not mind it, and he did not even mind it. He was jumping, and dogs, when they want us to come along with them, they start jumping and circling around us. So the same thing dog was also doing. But the dog kept on whining and running to and fro for some minute. Now what the dog was doing, the same thing again and again. He was going little far and coming back to him, then again jumping and running, and all these things he was doing again and again, because he wanted the old man to come along with him. He might wanted to show him something. Then the old man followed the dog a few yards to a place where the animal began a lively scratching. Means he came to the place where the dog started scratching the ground. Okay, scratching means he was digging the ground, thinking it was possibly a buried bone or a bit of fish. Means it was thinking that dog might have buried something, a fish, bit of means fish bones or something. He might have buried his food, he might have buried. So he wanted to show that, okay, I have buried my food here, so I want to show him. The old man struck his hoe in the earth. So the old man started helping the dog. So he struck his hoe in the earth, when lo, a pile of gold gleamed before him. And what happened? A pile of gold suddenly appeared from the ground. As he struck his hoe in the ground, what he found? Gold coins inside the ground. This gold coin, this was the thing that the dog wanted to show him. That's why the dog bought him at that place. Okay, the next story we will read in the next portion.